guys and gals? Never here from Drake Queen Gaming, and some of you on Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you with another Let's Play episode of Heroes Advent, Max's Path. I hope y'all had a very wonderful Christmas and a happy holidays, y'all, so I'm back to bringing y'all some more content. So let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm Chain, you were up, and I think we are right here. December 12th, thanks where I was. Yep, there we go. Okay, let's do it. Let's jump right in, y'all. Correct. It's because the fluctuations aren't uniform. The graph shifted, displaying several more lines, each with a different color. Each one of the nodes returns its own Magi signature. With the main white line representing the strongest Magi signature. All living things have Magi, and our strongest Magi is our elemental resonance. Right. The basics of elemental control. Yes, and look at all the GC's wavelengths compared to the Akai's. Huh. Frequencies seem to dip sometimes, unlike the GCs. Right. Wavelengths fluctuating a lot, too. Indeed. The elemental nodes detected unusual dips in resonance, while the median frequency somehow maintained stability. What does that mean for the GC? It feels almost asinine to say, but the tree is a living thing. Yeah. Generally plants are a living thing, even if this one has crystals growing out of it. One would think it's obvious, but there was one other anomaly I hadn't expected to see. Another one? Does it explain the first one? Heh. Right you are, Ray. It explains it, and has been the final puzzle piece. Closing the diagrams, he brought up two others. This time a graph with the wildly fluctuating smaller graphs in between, and a series of values assigned to acronyms you hadn't learned yet. These are readings taken from the Nether infected. Ah, from your experimentation, huh? They have their own Magi signatures like any other element, and have similar effects to other elements on the body, save for its parasitic nature. And that is the last piece of the puzzle. The reason the Guardian Crystal has faltered is due to its synthetic nature. Because it's man-made? Yes. The reason the Akai has stood strong is due to it being a living being. Alex brought up the Akai's readings once more, overlain with the Nether graph. To one side was an anatomical biometric. In small amounts, the body can reject Nether infection. You'll feel sick for a time, but eventually restore your Magi's stability naturally. When infected with enough corruption to destabilize your Magi is when the Nether takes hold, turning your resonance against you. However, the Guardian Crystal itself stabilizes the netherite volume in your body down to safety threshold. So the fluctuations in the elemental resonance was the tree fighting off the Nether corruption. The patterns in the elemental resonance are consistent with those of Nether corruption, and the examination of Nether purification we've documented before. Wait, someone tried to poison the Akai? The serpent! Wait, the serpent that attacked us that day? Yes. Whoever poisoned the Guardian Crystal likely attempted to poison the Akai as well. And what of that beast? Possibly brought in like the slug and fed off nether dust and the local wildlife. I can't say for sure, but that's my theory up until now. Though it is because of the Akai can purge itself of the corruption that its field would remain stable. No doubt about that. So the Guardian Crystal was corroded over time like he said before. Yes. From what was reported to the lab through Lady Spring, the Guardian Crystal was weakened due to the corrosive essence of the nether dust. And with only a uniform pattern to repel external corruption, it had no way to expel the nether it had collected, leading it to reach the destabilization ratio I just mentioned. And if that's the case, what can we do to restore harmony to the city? The Malamute grew anxious, seeming almost ready to shake the answers out of Alex if need be. Well, that's where our potential solution comes in. That's why I wanted to wait until everyone was here to discuss that, especially you, Max. Me? What for, Alex? You know if it means saving the city, I'll do anything. Max rose to his feet, standing firm before the lynx, striking what you could almost call a heroic pose. Because... Alex looked to you, guiding the others to follow suit. Cassian, we'll need you to... We'll need you to explode. Wonderful, okay. Ah! Alex! Ah! Everyone doubled over in pain, leaving you standing alone as the campfire began to crackle violently. Alex? Max? Bray? Cody? What's going on? I don't know. I felt a... Can't fucking say that line with a straight face. I felt a great disturbance in the force. Was that a sonic boom? I felt it too. Was it because we messed with the Akai? I don't think so. It didn't feel like it came from the Akai. It felt like it was coming from the city. Everyone, look! Yep. He turned to where Cody was pointing. Off in the distance, a billow of smoke rose from the city's skyline. The protective barrier of the Guardian Crystal gone, this crystal itself was in steady decline. Yeah. The crystal! It's falling! Alright, team, grab what you need and prepare to head out. Wait, what's going on? What about the camp? There's no time. Grab your sword and head towards the bridge. I can't believe this is happening. I can't either, but we need to leave, post-haste. I'll gather the last of the records we have. You take care of the fire. Right, Cassian. You should grab your equipment for your tent. I'm on it. With only a handful of supplies from the camp, you, Max, Alex, and Cody make your way back down the hill to the checkpoint as quickly as you can. Thinking, y'all, it is water time. Alright, guys and gals, and we are back. Let's go ahead and jump back into it, shall we? Okay. Your tent's campsite, Alex's equipment, and even the supply cart left behind in the rush. No one said a word, but you could guess that they each had something in their mind. As your concerns turned to Alyssa at the base of the crystal, a sickening, sinking feeling filled your guts as further destruction echoed across the distance. Breaking free from the tree line, you can see the checkpoint at the foot of the hill. The guards were already scrambling around the perimeter. The vibrant red of Ray's scales standing out as he stands by the carriage. Ray, status! Max barked at the dragon as he vaulted into the driver's seat, taking the reins of the hooves. I've briefed the guards about the situation, asked them to clean up our Akai camp and be on the lookout. Were they aware of the explosion? Yep, hard to miss it. They've asked us to head down to the guild for further instructions. One of the guards passed close enough to the carriage to be singled out. You there, what's happened to the comms? We have no idea, sir. The communication grid all went silent when we realized the Guardian Crystal was failing. Damn it all. Everyone, get in! You tried to make your way over to Max, only for him to gesture towards the carriage. We can't risk any of you falling off. Get inside. I'll give it everything we've got. Cassian, get in. We need to save the city. Right. As soon as the door is secured, you heard the shriek of the hooves as Max whips them into a frenzied gallop. Though the road to the forest was placid, the return trip was stressful. Max's harried whips and the hooves' cries mixed with the worried glances of everyone inside the cabin. Despite the relative calm of the countryside zooming by, your head was in turmoil. The carriage jostles and tilts as Max hits every curve sharply or cuts straight off the road. Yikes! Max, remember that the hovers only work while on the road. Slow down or you'll have us all killed. The Malamute didn't seem to hear, or just chose not to as he maintained the momentum. What was originally a half-a-day's trek was cut shorter as the hooves are pushed to their limit. Even at the speed you were going, it took you at least an hour or two to return to the city. Your heart was beating in your head the entire time. Holding on to Max as the look of dread dragged their mouths into troubled scowls. When the city finally came into view, you heard a cry from outside, though it zoomed by as quick as the scenery. Max! Sir Maxwell! Sir Maxwell! Halt! By order of the guild, Master Alaric! Despite the crazed driving, Max managed to pull the hooves back, slowing down their race into a more frenetic trot. What? Explain yourself, soldier. Sir, Master Alaric seeks your group's presence at the guild. It is an unprecedented state of emergency. You think we can't see that for ourselves? Max snapped at the soldier, whipping the hooves back into a more sensible run than before. Wait! Sir Maxwell! We don't have time for this. I'll present myself to Master Alaric. Take your report to the outpost. Yes, sir! The mounted soldier pulled upon the reins of his hoof, going out of sight in an instant. Its galloping sprint disappeared as you continued further into the city. Alright. When you arrived at the eastern gate, you were greeted with the city in disarray. Signs of vandalism and destruction visibly evident on the buildings around the entrance. Down the straightaway path, you can see Vitram Park in the distance. Max made a sharp turn down the street as you spotted purple blurs speeding past a few blocks further down. No! It's like they said. The outskirt is already overrun. This is really happening. Unbelievable. Unbelievable! wretched beasts, in my city? I'm trying to remember what... Yeah, I hear you, Max. We should report back to Father at the Guild. Probably not the best idea to engage, right? No. We should report back to Father at the Guild. Probably not the best idea to engage right now. Damn it. Lady Alyssa. Turning the carriage back onto the back road, your group made haste back to the Guild. Along the way, you listened to the murmurs of the others as the streets lined up with broken glass, stone, and wood. Whatever passed by here did so without regard for what was here. The outskirts were not their target. As soon as the carriage rolled into the Guild, the scale of the damage over the course of hours lay bare before you. Max hopped off the driver's seat to open the door for you before dashing into the crowd. The four of you clambered out, following out the best you can behind Max, navigating through the cluttered field. Where tents, tables, tarps, blankets were scattered all about. Field infirmaries tending to the wounded. The medics appeared to be civilians judging by the clothes they wore. Elsewhere, adults tended to crying children, assisted in gathering the displaced or generally looking for some way to help. The rest were crowded around the entrance of the Guild, where Master Alaric stood upon a platform so his voice could project outward. People, please! We are doing what we can to reunite you with your loved ones and evacuate you to safety. Do not leave the perimeter of the Guild until the caravan is ready. Master Alaric, Maker's Breath, Maxwell, I've only just sent for your team. We departed from the Akai as soon as we heard the explosion, sir. So the Guardian Crystal's fall was heard that far out. From the Akai, did you manage to get results? We have, Master Alaric. We've brought all the data required to repair the Guardian Crystal. Well done, lad, but I'm afraid it has come to naught. What do you mean? The saboteur has attacked us. Sorry, y'all. Throat's a little scratchy. The saboteur has attacked us from within. The laboratory has been ransacked and set ablaze. The towers are under fire. So that's why the guards can't communicate with the Guild. Indeed, we cannot communicate to the outpost to warn you, nor contact our field agents in this vital moment. What are we to do? The lab! My inventions! I apologize for having to ask this of you, but I require you all to help in the evacuation efforts. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon, YouTube memberships if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!